He's doing some Tokyo drifting of his own. Nope, there's more. Okay. Oh shit. See, again, this is another cool level. Like, there's starting to be like a couple, like quite a few cool ones. Like the first starter missions were just a bit more basic, which is fair because they're the starter ones. I guess you can use this time to collect stuff. Right?
Settle down. Let me at him. Prepare to shoot. Watch out from behind. Yes, the enemy is approaching. I'm so happy about it. Gotta swap my magazine. Clean up this garbage. Understood?
Oh. These turrets suck. I thought that they just auto-aim. Like, I thought they like auto-aimed like a Torbjorn turret. These suck. We good? It could be good inside a turret. Or inside a tunnel. Oh god, I'm out of ammo and I didn't call a new tank. Oh shit, we might be fucked. I'm out of ammo, I didn't call a new tank, and I don't have a gun. My teammates aren't gonna be able to kill them all. We're gonna have to switch. We're gonna have to do a hot swap. We're gonna have to hot swap into a new tank. Oh god, it's bad. It's bad. We've been overrun. We've been completely overrun. Oh no. Okay, we're gonna have to hot swap. Hot swap to the new tank. Okay, we're in. Fuck them up! Give them hell! I don't know if I have enough ammo. I'm all alone now, I think. Give him baths! Oh shit, this is bad. This is horrific. %% of your ammo to kill 2 ants. I don't think the math adds up, yeah. If I kill enough, I can get an airstrike. And they're so clumped up that an airstrike should be able to kill them all. All I have to do is get an airstrike. If I just keep kiting and I get an airstrike. Obviously, I don't know if I've killed any. Oh, I killed one. I just got a thing. No! If I survive for long enough, the airstrike will kill him. Yes, let's go! No! I'm in the water! The fuckers threw me in the water! Oh, what the fuck? Oh! I'm placing turrets. Maybe? I think I'm dead. Fuck! I couldn't. I got back into the tank, but. Oh. Can I kill? No! Fuck. I got back in the tank, but I was spamming E, so I jumped back out. Fuck. Fuck. Okay. So, what I need is the shotgun tank. If I had the shotgun tank there, I think we're fucking gaming. These I don't know that they're very good. These could be very good actually. The claymores.
Select a mission. Select
We got it this time.
deploying.
We got it this time. Absolutely, easy peasy. Actually, maybe the howitzer would be better than the strafe run. Should have probably taken the howitzer instead. I think anything other than the water pistol tank would have been better there. Yeah, not wrong.
I'll take out the shield screen. The enemies will soon be in sniper range. Hurry. All units, commence attack.
Oh god, this tank. Very pink. Very pink and colorful. Okay. Oh, I have shotgun tank. Yeah. Alright, get in there. This tank is so much slower though. We bait him in. We bait him in. Oh, actually, while I do this, I can reload. Oh, wait, no. Reloading gets rid of him. Shit.
Yes, sir.
That's fine.
My family.
Here's me.
Yes, sir.
Dude, that's a blast right there. Trying to save as many of my teammates as I can. Let them deal with stragglers as much as possible, and I focus on the big herd. Okay.
There are so many. Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
This is transport unit. The transport vehicle is on the way.
Watch out from behind. Bullets. Leave it to me. This isn't good. I'm out of ammo. Go from the left. Wow. Line out. Hit. One enemy down. Sharon tactical bombers in the air. We'll exterminate the enemies with grenades. Yes, sir. We defeated one enemy.
Not as good of a strafing run, but that's okay. Oh, it's out of ammo. I should have drove over to the new one. That was my bad. We're doing worse on this side. On this try. On the second wave. To be fair, we did lose quite a few people on the left side last time. Everybody that was left on the left side basically got thinned out. We still got a decent amount of people. Just need to protect the people we have left. Okay.
Combat area. This is Porter, transporting E551 Gigantus.
Okay, we gotta defend those people. Because if they die, we're fucked.
We mix it up, we won't lose. If we mix it up, we won't lose.
We gotta go defend these guys.
If we mix it up, we won't lose.
Brave infantry unit. We
It's
pray
not
for
like I
your
think of you
safety.
as my senior officer. Their weapons
We gotta be on the front line.
I'll fill you with holes. One, give me a hand. Load. This weapon, it's too heavy. Loading out. There.
That's all we got. I'm out of ammo now, though. I gotta go get a new tank. I wish I had called the tank over here. That was my bad. Which one's the new one? This one? Nope, the turret's turned. Trying to just support the people who are left alive as much as I can. There's just so many of them, but at least I can't miss. At least I can't miss. If there's another wave, I don't think I last another wave. Oh no. I don't last even right now. No, I'm dead. Fuck! I could have done that better though. I think that's possible. I just need to play better. Do they release you ever? Dude, look at how close we were. Fuck. He does release me. Growl! 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 Run! Duck! Weave! Pick up some health on the way if I can. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're chilling. Just in case. I think I could have done it if I had to try again, though. And not get into that situation. I think as a solo... Mission cleared? What's that one dot? Why is it coming for me? What is that? I'm scared. Is that just one giant ass ant? Why is there just one ant? Is this so I can loot things, maybe, actually? Or is he giant? We'll know when he comes over that ridge. How big is he? Seems normally big. Not overly big. Never mind. I take that back. He does seem a bit big. He does seem quite big. Wait, is he? I don't know. Maybe pushed under the ground and respawned. Yeah, maybe. No, he was a normal alien. Okay, we're fine. Maybe it was on purpose so you could loot things. I'm not sure. I think that if you play solo, you kind of need to stick to one class. That's what I'm kind of seeing. And I don't think that... I think that if you... Ooh, caravan armored vehicle. I did get a new armored vehicle. But look at that. I have, like, tier 6 weapons. So, two things is that the DLC stuff isn't that overpowered because it doesn't get any better. So, while it does help you in the first levels, like, the first levels are quite easy. And you're going to replace it eventually anyways. So the DLC stuff isn't that crazy. Also, it's not like that specific. I think the tanks, honestly, are the most OP DLC things because they're not specific weapons. It's just better tanks. And I feel like you kind of should always have... I mean, if you're going to play the air support or whatever they're called, air something, then you're going to have the tank most of the time. The grape isn't too bad, though. It'd be better with more people to, like, transport, I guess. Drive around. The second thing is that I think if you're playing solo, you're kind of forced to play one class a bit more, so that way you don't like get too weak. You know what I mean? Because I think splitting up your I think if I was playing with other people, it wouldn't matter. Because if I played with other people, they could pick up the slack for me. If I played a class that I didn't have like stuff for, and then I could get stuff for that class when they pick up the slack. You know what I mean? So I think you could play other classes and it not really matter. But I think if you're solo, there's nobody to pick up the slack for you. So if you play a class where you don't have good stuff, then you're just like really hindered for that match, which means that you can't really succeed. And if you don't succeed, you don't get stuff. You know what I mean? So I do think that like when you're playing solo, you're more kind of forced to play one class. But I don't think that you would have to if you were playing with friends. We did get 2 new vehicles. Self-propelled rocket. Homing rocket cannon. When a target was in the weapon's sight, a positive lock can be established. Note this weapon is capable of locking onto multiple targets at once. Press the attack button to discharge. One of the trump cards that the EDF deployed after many battles with the Ravagers. It boasts overwhelming power in combat against giant insects and flying drones alike. And is this just... Troop recovery. Durability. It's very, very durable. Oh, and it heals you over time. Thick armor to facilitate battlefield use. Aside from the pilot, there are rear compartments for up to 3 troops. While in these treatment rooms, armor will recover piece by piece as the healing process unfolds. Though it has no combat ability, it can prove itself to be an essential asset on the battlefield, possibly even turning the tides of the battle. The amount of medicine carried on board is limited, however. As treatment is being carried out, the recovery value of the medical equipment on board is displayed. When this value reaches 0, no more healing can be possible. Only Rangers and Air Raiders can pilot this vehicle, though anyone can ride in the healing rooms. We can try the rocket.
Select a mission.
Assault. The enemy assault ships are gathering over a residential area. Command headquarters believes it'll be too hard to fight against them with only ground troops, so we've made a support request to the combat aircraft Midnight. We'll attack the transport ships with armor-piercing grind-buster missiles, while the infantry units will focus on eliminating the giant insects and attacking the ships from the ground. I want to try the rocket thing, but I'm not sure it's gonna go that well.
Air Raiders can equip 2 weapons and 1.
Maybe we go Splendor and Limpet Gun, just so we have like, and then we'll do the rocket ship for attacking the ships. Let's try it. Let's try it. Try it. What are they called? Air something? Air something. Something air. Air. It starts with a Air Raider? Maybe it's an Air Raider? It's not Ranger. That's the normal people. I don't know. Air Raider. Is that what I said? It might have been what I said. I'm kind of tired. I'm not gonna do too many more missions. Honestly, was that the 25th mission? In my head, I was like, oh, I'll stop after the 25th mission. Because I felt like that'd be a good place to stop. It has actually been fun. If it wasn't, I mean, like, even though it is bugs, I'm kind of tempted. Now that it's getting more difficult, it's funny because more difficult games. We'll do this last one. Oh, it looks sick.
Grindbusters have made impact.
Oh, nice.
To save our mother from any alien attack. That's just how it is.
Come on, boys. Sing with me.
From vicious giant insects who have once again come back.
We're not singing. Toxic. Oh, my game crashed. Okay. Well, I was gonna get off anyways, so I think that's a good time. I think that's pretty good timing. I was gonna do that last mission, but honestly, it's funny though because once a game starts to get more difficult, it grips my attention a lot more, right? It's just how I am. I like a challenge. I like something to like kind of persevere. You know what I mean? That Hector mission was pretty rough, but I did like that it was getting more difficult. I like that the missions following were more difficult. The Hector one was like unreasonably difficult, but I think maybe that there just wasn't that much testing for a solo player. And also the thing that I said that playing solo, you're kind of forced to say one class. If I hadn't switched as much, I feel like I would have been more prepared maybe. You know what I mean? I would have had more armor. I would have maybe had a better tank, you know, like a level 4 tank or something, which would have been a little bit easier. So I think as a solo, it kind of like, you're a little bit more forced to stay to one class because, like I said, you don't have anybody to pick up your slack. I actually enjoyed it though. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. I thought it was a lot of fun. I think that it is. I think that like I said, there's like a couple things that I would like. Like I feel like being able to like customize your like equipment, not just like equip different stuff, but like customize it in some way. Maybe just like small things. You know what I mean? Would be kind of cool. Or like upgrade paths. That'd be kind of cool. Or like loot you drop having upgrade paths of some kind. Stuff like that, like a little bit more customizability of the like the loot stuff would be kind of cool. Like expand on that. I know this game is old though, which is why I'm not like, you know, I think for what it is, it's actually really good. I think that the progression like in the higher difficulties, like it definitely gets harder. And I think it'd be fun to play with other people as well. I think that the mobility in the game is like a little bit lame because like I wish there was like a sprint button. And maybe like your dodge was different than your jump, so you could kind of like jump to the side and stuff. And then you could have a dodge button. I mean, in the fucking pictures I'm seeing here, I mean, I'm seeing fucking mech robots and fucking Godzilla beasts. So there's definitely some spider tanks and shit. That's pretty cool. Pretty sick. And some like different Hector bots as well. Yeah, we didn't even get to flying enemies. There's like some fucking dragons. There's like a giant thing with like tube guns. I don't know. Lots of crazy shit. But yeah, I think that like the mobility could do with being a little bit better. But I do think that they like the level design, like I said, like some of it was uninteresting. Like some of the levels were a little bit boring, but I think that's okay as long as there's interesting ones mixed in. You know what I mean? Because you can't have every level be super interesting. Then you're gonna have less levels. You know what I mean? Game just keeps throwing new shit at you the whole way. That's really good, and that is well done because a game like this, you want it to keep throwing stuff at you. You know what I mean? You want it to keep like new stuff happening. Actually, really good, especially for such an old game. I feel like it was still fun. I feel like you could still play this with friends and have a good time as well. Yeah, I feel like the Fencer was like a little bit too frustrating to play. I'd say that much. The Fencer was like a little bit too frustrating with how slow it was. I get that it was like supposed to be slow, but to be fair, that's another thing. It's definitely designed for multiple people, so it's kind of hard to judge. But I think that if you are slow, it's not that big of a deal if you have multiple people because those multiple people can go get the things that are far away. You know what I mean? You can just like focus on just like, you know, gunning shit down in front of you. You know what I mean? Just the brute force, the like frontal assault. So it's actually not as big of a deal. And I mean, if you think about it, if you have one of each class, I mean, you have a ranger who's just, you know, jack of all trades, keep stuff up, and then you have like a support class with like vehicles, which is kind of cool, and then you have the fencer, which is just like pure firepower, and then you have the wind glider, wind glider. Their name is cool, but I can't remember. Like flying around. So I also liked that I liked the world and stuff. It was kind of fun. I don't know still what a Ravager is. I like that there was other stuff too. It wasn't just bugs. Wing diver, that is. Wing diver. I actually enjoyed it quite a lot. I had a good time. I had a pretty good time. That's an A+ for me. This is a pretty old game as well. You said it originally released in like 2013. It says 2016 on the Steam store page, but maybe that might have been like I don't know. Their naming scheme and shit is kind of weird, but and there is Earth Defense Force 5. Reviews are very positive, 94%. That came out in 2019, only 4 years ago. So yeah, this is a fun game. This is a fun game. I can definitely see this being fun to play with friends as well. And also like cause like this is the thing, like with games that are old, yes, it's hard to judge them based on stuff that's current, because obviously stuff that was made a long time ago isn't like it's hard for it to keep up or to compete, because back then there wasn't as much stuff available. You know what I mean? Like they didn't have the tools, you know what I mean? People didn't have the experience, you know what I mean? There wasn't as many ideas tested and shown in the gaming environment, like, oh, this works, this doesn't. People like this, people don't like this, you know what I mean? So it's a little bit harder. But the thing is that if a game is old, it's still, and as long as it's perfectly playable, what you're aiming for is an experience that you still want to play. You know what I mean? Like, even if it's rough around the edges, as long as there's a reason to play it, you know what I mean? That like you don't want to skip it, you know what I mean? That means it's well done. And I feel like if you like this type of game, you can still have fun with this game, even though it is really old. So, in my opinion, that means it's well done. You know what I mean? Because like, if you like this type of experience, like Dishonored, for example, I don't rate it that highly, even though it's quite old and people didn't like it. But I mean, I'd like to give it another try. But I don't think that anything that it had was like that crazy. I think the first 6 levels were good, and if you like that kind of like sandbox, kind of like they give you a lot of tools and stuff, and the level design's good. But the thing is that the story was just really disappointing, and I feel like the story was kind of important for something like that. Although I did get a bad ending, which is why I kind of holding off my opinion on that. But that's why I was kind of like, yeah, it's old, but I also don't think it's that good, because it was like, would I really recommend somebody to play this? And I was like, not really, based on my experience of it. But I'd like to give it another try, because it does seem to be pretty like different. And there's a lot of other stuff you can do. My friend Berger linked me a video of Dishonored, and they were doing some crazy shit. Their animations, by the way, worked, which made me think it might be 60 FPS that fucked up the game for me. It might have been the fact that I wasn't running on 60 FPS, because they did tons of kill animations, because it was like a montage video of like a really cool like sequence of like killing people in order, because they knew where everybody was going to be, because they're obviously all on a set path. So they like made like a really cool 5-minute sequence of them killing people in like extravagant ways, right? Which was cool, and it shows like the sandbox of the game. It was one of the first 6 levels though. But I actually think it was one of the best levels, which was it was the 6th level where you killed the Lord Regent. I think that was actually like the best level, or one of the best. But they showed lots of like fun stuff you can do and stuff, which was really cool, and it showed off the game. But it wasn't really stealth, to be fair. But it was cool to watch and stuff, and it like, dude, people love that game, man. Like, it had like millions of views, and there was so many videos in my recommended of people talking about Dishonored like recently as well. It's like, I don't know, man. I just not, I don't know. I did not enjoy it. But I'd have to give it another try. I mean, I did enjoy it, but I didn't at the same time. This was fun though. I had a good time. Not every game needs to be super in depth. You know what I mean? A game can just be fun. Shoot some shit, have a good time. You know what I mean? Like, and I mean, it was getting more difficult, but that would have been because I was solo. I don't think it would have gotten as difficult that quickly if you had 4 people. Like, I definitely don't think that the game has any like indication that you're playing solo. Honestly, like, I don't think they really like change the difficulty at all. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm mistaken, but it really didn't seem like it. It felt like past the first couple like tutorial levels, it felt like I was playing a 4-player game by myself, or at least a 2-player game. Like, it felt like I was at a disadvantage the entire time. But it didn't really get to a point, or not specifically a disadvantage, but you could feel that the game was meant for more people. In more than just the mechanics, there was other stuff. Like, there was the Left 4 Dead mechanics, there was cooperative like equipment, but then there was also just like how many enemies there were, how spread out the enemies were, how much health enemies had, you know, like how like kind of healing worked, like all this stuff, you know what I mean? Like, just in the gameplay overall, you could feel this is meant for more people, and it hasn't really been toned down for you, so you're kind of, you know, left out to dry a little bit. So I think with 4 people, it wouldn't have gotten as difficult as quickly. I think it would have, you know, slowly ramped up. But you can increase the difficulty if you want. I think the difficulty thing, like, I mean, as soon as I put it on hard, I got my ass instantly kicked. But I wonder how much more the difficulty would actually increase it, but the thing is that as long as you're getting better loot in the other difficulties, which I think is a cool progression system, right? Because it's kind of like New Game Plus, but it's a New Game Plus in a way that you can skip it. It's actually like a really cool, unique like progression system that I feel like not that many games have actually really done. Like, where you can, like, it's mission based, but you can do missions on harder difficulty, which then gives you better loot to then do the other missions. Like, it's actually quite unique in a way. It's like kind of New Game Plus, but you can do it in any order you want. Like, you could start off really tough and, you know, like fucking bash your head against the wall until you know, get one win, and then now all of a sudden you can cruise through the next like 50 levels. Well, maybe not 50 levels, but, you know, you can cruise through tons of levels on lower difficulty. You know what I mean? So it's kind of interesting, and it kind of gives you a little bit of freedom, which is kind of cool. I wonder what the 5th game is like. I hope that like I said, like I wish that there was more like progression stuff. Like I said, like or not progression, but like customization in terms of the stuff, and like maybe the progression was like a little bit more fleshed out in terms of like what you can get, not like the system itself, but like what you can get from the progression. Like, maybe customize your items or upgrade them in some way. Not like crazy upgrades, or like even incremental. I don't like incremental. I liked that like you kind of got what you got, but I think like customizing them would be cool. But then again, it just kind of replaced what you already had. So it was a simple, but it kind of worked for what it was. So maybe customization would be a bit too much. That might be more of a personal preference than like an actual positive. I think an actual positive would be like more interactable stuff, like in the levels, like, you know, like finding weapon pickups, or finding people like, you know, to help you, or like mounted guns and stuff like that, or like vehicles lying around. Like, stuff like that would just kind of like add a little bit of spice to it. I feel like that stuff would be cool. Or just like more intricate levels occasionally. Like, I think that, like I said, like not every level needs to be super intricate. You can have some which are just like simple kill some bugs, as long as there's intricate levels mixed in. But it'd be cool if there was some more intricate, like more like set piece levels, if that makes sense. Like, there was a couple here and there, but like more set piecey, if that makes sense. But then again, like I said, like it's an older game, so playing with other people does up the difficulty, apparently. I don't think it spawns more enemies, it just gives enemies a health and damage multiplier like difficulty levels. Okay. That kind of makes sense, and also like that kind of goes with what I was saying, and also doesn't at the same time. Like, it does make it harder, but the enemies, you could tell that there was like too many of them, kind of, and that they were spread out too much. So it, like, the levels did kind of drag on a little bit. And also amount of enemies, even if their health is lower, can be pretty rough sometimes. like with the Hectors and with the red ants at the end. I mean, like, if I wasn't in a tank, I don't know how the fuck I would have done it with those red ants. I mean, there was so fucking many of them. But that was kind of the point of that level. But like the Hectors, I mean, you saw how much I struggled on that. I mean, I spent like an hour and a half or 2 hours on that one level. And that's just because there was so many of them. Like, I wasn't able to kill them fast enough. But to be fair, if their health was increased, it would be harder to kill them. But if you have more people, you can kill them a little bit faster. There could be a case of it not being too balanced. There's always the point, like the case of that. But judging by how it's judging by how this game is like quite highly rated, I'm going to assume that it's like balanced for a fun time. Might not be like a challenging time, but it will be balanced for a fun time with multiple people. Like, so I think solo is going to be the least played experience, if that makes sense. And I mean, I was still able to have fun. I had a good time. So overall, I had a good time. Thank you very much for voting on it. Anima, the A+. I had a good time. I do have 2 more wheel games. I need to play Max Payne, and I need to play Watch Dogs 2. I will play those 2 games before the end of December. My plan is to play Played Up tomorrow. I do have the Twitch integration. I set it up. Twitch integration. I was going to play Played Up yesterday, but I ended up being too tired. So I'm going to play Played Up tomorrow with the Twitch integration. And then the day after, I'm going to play Max Payne. And the day after that, I'm going to play DVD. And spin the wheel. And then we'll see what happens see what game wins on Saturday. Glad it was fun and not just disgusting. No, yeah, I was kind of like, okay, this could be a fun game. The bugs don't like disturb me. Like, I don't have like a phobia, like I said, but I just find it unpleasant. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like, ugh, gross. I don't want to look at that. But I was able to like not really focus on it as much. There was occasional moments where like, you know what I mean? Like where those scenes of like kind of like they kind of like trigger just like a reaction. You know what I mean? Like where it was like towering over you and it's like, or like it walks over top of you. It's just like, ugh, like that's just gross. But it was cool. It was cool overall. And I mean, like I like it though. That's the thing. Like I like it. Like I personally don't like it, but I respect what they did with it. You know what I mean? It's not like badly designed or anything. It's not like a bad thing. It's just that I personally don't like it. But like they intentionally made him these giant gross ass bugs. You know what I mean? Like, so turn around and just find one just staring at you was always the worst for me. No, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Definitely some Starship Trooper vibes, right? I never watched that show because it was kind of before my time. Also, I don't know. I feel like Starship Troopers was more of like an English thing and not an American thing, but I could be wrong. Cause like, I don't know. I feel like most Americans I know don't really know about Starship Troopers, but maybe it's just maybe it's just because of the people I talk to. I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't think Starship Troopers is that popular with like in America, but I could be wrong. But I know that like a lot of people think of it as like a cult classic type thing. Like it's like a super popular one. I'm doing my part. Thumbs up. I haven't actually seen it, but I know. I know the meme. Supposedly it's a good one. There was that Starship Troopers game actually somewhat recently. I think people said it was good. Should watch it if you get the chance. I will try. I just never get around to watching anything. I wanted to watch some more stuff, but I never got around to it. There was actually 2 Starship Troopers games. There was an RTS, and then there was a there's like a PvE RTS, and then there was a 16-player co-op FPS, which you kind of like fight off hordes of bugs. No need to watch any of the sequels though. Okay, fair enough. But this was fun. I had a good time. I had a good time. Tomorrow I will try to. I know the streams have been kind of short lately. I mean, today's was longer, even though I was tired. I was having a good time, and it warmed up a little bit as it got later into the day, which I knew it would. But I was so cold earlier. My hands were like fucking ice. Like I touched my arm, and it felt like I had like a cold drink against my arm. But I know the streams have been a little bit shorter lately. But I've just been trying to reset my schedule after being sick for 2 weeks, and also resting after being sick for 2 weeks. Started on time today. Yesterday was a bit scuffed. Kind of fucked up yesterday's stream a little bit, but today's was good. And I mean, honestly, all the other streams have been good since like the 5th, when I started like actually feeling better. So shouldn't hate on, like, should give myself credit. I'm trying to be less judgmental of myself, because I realized after last month in November, the thing is that I was like, at the start of November, I was like, oh man, I did such a bad job in October. And then it kind of like stressed me out. And then as like halfway through October, I remember I looked back at October and I was like, wow, October was fine. Like, what am I talking about? Like, I streamed quite a lot. It was just like the last couple, like there was last like 3 days of October where I just wasn't feeling well, and so I didn't stream. But like everything else was fine. So I was like, I hated on myself, which then stressed me out, because I was like, oh, I didn't do a very good job. And I mean, like, I know I'm not entitled, or not, I'm not required to do anything. The opposite of entitled. I'm not like required to do anything, but I want to. That's all. So it is my own standards for myself. That's all. But yeah, I mean, November wasn't too bad. Me being sick kind of scuffed the end of the month a little bit, because I didn't stream a great amount. Actually, I kind of did. I did stream quite a bit, actually. I streamed 9 hours on the 27th. And then, to be fair, that's probably why it took me so long to heal. It's because I streamed with a sore throat. I streamed for 9 hours. I mean, that's probably not exactly what a doctor would tell you to do. Is talk for 9 hours after after having a sore throat. But it's fine. It worked out. Did heal eventually. But I think that is gonna be about it. Yeah, I will be back on tomorrow. We'll play some Played Up. I do have the Twitch integration set up, so there will be some Twitch shenanigans, so you guys can vote on stuff, vote on cards, and visit the, I think you can visit the restaurant too and like order things, so you can like order like really extravagant things on the menu, if there is extravagant things on the menu, to kind of make it as awful as possible. But yeah, that'll be tomorrow, and then we'll do Max Payne the day after that. That is the plan. So yeah, if you did enjoy the stream and this is your first time watching, you can hit the follow button down below, the little heart. I'd really appreciate it. Lets you follow the stream and get notified next time I go live. It's completely free. Show up on your follower list, so you can always know when I'm streaming. I do stream pretty much every single day. Stream a wide variety of games, so you can always tune in probably and find something you want to watch. I usually stream around AM Eastern Standard Time. Started about 7 hours ago today, for example. But if you really want to know exactly when the stream starts, your best bet is to follow me here on Twitch, or to follow my Twitter, or join my community Discord, because all three of those things will give you a notification whenever I go live. I don't start at any specific time, just AM Eastern Standard Time. So your best bet is to do those three things, do any of those three things, and get a notification instead. You can also check out my YouTube channel if you want. I post occasional highlights and stuff up on there, but nothing too often. I did upload a new video today, actually, which is another like YouTube exclusive. Exclusive makes it sound like so fancy, but it's, I mean, it is a YouTube exclusive video. It has nothing to do with a stream. It is an old video. I recorded it like 4 years ago, but actually 3 years ago. But I thought it was a good one. Some Dead by Daylight. It was a fun match of Dead by Daylight. So, I do have a playlist on my YouTube, which is all stuff that's not just stream content. Because I know it's like, if people want to watch my YouTube videos, but they watch the stream, it's like, they won't know that something's new. Or like something is something they haven't seen. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, I've already seen this. You know what I mean? So I do have a playlist which put all the videos that are like actually specific to YouTube, like they weren't on stream at any point, so people can know. I do still want to upload Darkwood. I do have another video I'm gonna post in a couple days, like 1 or 2 days. A DayZ video, which is another thing that has nothing to do with the stream. I recorded that a long time ago as well. Oh shit, I don't know when I recorded it actually. Oh fuck. I deleted the clips. Because I edited it all into one big video, I deleted the clips. Shit. Oh, that sucks. I don't know when it was actually recorded. I usually like to write it down in the description and stuff. I don't actually know now. Edge. I might be able to find some information. That's fine though. Not the end of the world. But yeah, I'll upload that in like a day or two. I just want to space out the uploads a little bit, because if I upload them like back to back, it seems kind of silly to upload 2 videos in 2 days and then not upload for a month. So I'm going to space them out a little bit. That way I don't have to work on like, I like to upload videos every now and then, but I don't really have that much time to work on them. So better if I space them out if I have a couple ready at once. So I will upload that sometime soon. And that's another, it's like a chill, it's like an hour and a half of just like DayZ. It's like a chill survival DayZ adventure, which I thought was kind of fun to watch. But outside of that, sorry, long rant about YouTube stuff. Not a rant, a tangent. Long tangent about YouTube stuff. I do have a secondary YouTube channel, which is where I upload all of the streams as videos for people to watch back. If you miss anything, or if there's a game you specifically want to see me play, and I've played it on stream, they're all up on there. It is fully caught up to today. I will upload today's stream in a couple hours. Yeah. And all those links are in chat if you want any of them. If not, that's okay. They're just there for the people who want them. And yeah, that is going to be about it. You're very welcome for the stream. Anima, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for voting on the game. I had a good time. Hopefully, everybody enjoyed the stream. Thank you all very much for watching. Even if you didn't talk in chat, even if you just lurked, only popped in for a little while, I appreciate everybody that tunes in, everybody that watches the stream. It means a lot to me. Glad that people enjoy it and choose to spend their time here. Makes me happy. I did post the my Twitch recap actually in my Discord, which is kind of fun. I mean, 9.6 thousand hours watched. I mean, that's nuts. The fact that 9,000, like, people have watched 9,000, like 9.6 thousand hours of me streaming is insane. Although I don't understand the clips made thing. I accidentally kicked something. I don't understand the clips made thing. 2.65,000 clips? What does that mean? Is that how many views they've gotten? I don't think so. 93,000 chats sent. I don't know if any of these values are correct, actually, now that I think about it. 1 million channel points spent. I think that's correct. I'm pretty sure that's correct. And it shows your most, like most watched followers or chatters, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool to see all the people on there. I'm not sure if those other values are correct. And then my top 5 categories: World of Tanks, Dead by Daylight, Marvel Snap, The Witcher, Counter-Strike. I don't know what it means by top 5. Like, I guess, like, just how well I did in that category, which is kind of silly. I don't really care about that. I care about, like, my most streamed categories. But to be fair, I mean, Dead by Daylight, World of Tanks, and Marvel Snap are probably all 3 of my most streamed categories. So I guess that's fine. It's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. I mean, 9,000 hours is nuts. I don't know who the fuck wants to watch my stream that much, but apparently there's some people who do. There is a song. How long is this? God, how long is this song? 2 minutes? We can listen to this.
From vicious giant insects who have once again come back. We'll unleash all our forces, we won't cut them any slack. The